I have to just know that there's 5 people here. All right.
Actually, 6 people.
6 people.
Counting is
Well, no, at least 5 people.
Okay.
These are the feedback forms.
Oh, good.
Okay.
You want a pen?
Yeah.
Oh, have another. Hey, go. Have a pen. Thank you.
Is the camera focused?
Hey, bro, I'm gonna ask my sister Lami to come in and join me. Come, sister, and join me, please.
I do get nervous.
Okay.
It's her son.
Did you make that cake?
Yeah, but
No.
You
You want cry?
Yeah, but can you at least like see the camera? Because I don't think.
See, I told you.
Just the camera. That's it.
Just don't look at him.
Brother Amin, did you try that?
Just don't look at him.
No, because she does like a movement, like she's like eyes or.
No.
She does a movement.
No
No, I
criticism.
don't like that when your time was getting close. That was just stupid.
Okay.
I won't do that. I'll just. Okay. Did you pan already?
Yes.
So what do I need to do
I
now?
just want to see if it's focused on me.
Oh,
Can't see your face
Your head
there.
is cut off.
Okay.
Okay.
just kinda like.
His head is cut off?
That's it. No,
On the
that's
picture?
it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
you're
beautiful.
good there.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to put it on now?
Well, Mom.
No, Mom.
Is it on or it's off?
It's on.
Okay.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
No, this one. Who would have the nerve to tell someone that they did not exist and that any violations of their rights do not matter because they could not have happened to someone that did not exist? Answer: the Israeli government and every single Zionist that support it and its charter. Palestinian Land Day serves to underline the collective and individual rights of over 1 million Palestinians and a reminder that we have not forgotten what those rights are. In the next few moments, I would like to share with you how Palestinians became more unified and inspired to persevere in the face of Israeli discriminatory policies as a result of Land Day. Land Day, or Yom al-Ard, holds special significance for Palestinians. Its background serves as a painful reminder. Land Day is celebrated on March 30th by Palestinians inside and outside Palestine, what is known now as Israel, and those by Palestinian diaspora, such as myself. It commemorates events in 1976. Prior to 1976, Palestinian citizens of Israel were an unremarkable minority of 200,000 in the state's early days. Palestinians in the West Bank and Gaza were nothing for them to fear at the time, as the Israelis had them occupied and under tight military control with no hope of self-determination. By 1976, the Palestinian citizens of Israel had doubled to 400,000, more so in the area of Galilee, a fact that Israeli authorities felt alarming. The Israeli parliament therefore approved a measure to Judaize the area of Galilee by depriving Palestinians of what remained by the land by more confiscations, by changing the demographic structure of Galilee, which enjoyed a Palestinian majority. 660,000 dunams of Palestinian land were marked for expropriation by the Israelis. The Palestinian minority in Israel took a stand. On March 30th, 1976, Palestinians gathered in the streets and protested this violation. This was the first public act of self-resistance by Palestinians as a nation group, particularly the Palestinians living in Israel. The Palestinians were silent no more. They realized that they had some power as a group. They took a stand against the Nazi-like expropriation practices that had reduced Palestinian ownership land from 94% pre-1948 to less than 3% current. The events of Land Day had great psychological impact on Palestinians. Palestinians in Palestine and Israel are virtual prisoners in their own homes. Edward Said pointed out that today, if you are an Arab in Israel, you are a third-class person. You cannot even be equal. So far as landowning and immigration rights, free movement, and state institutions are concerned. The action to Palestinians, also incorrectly referred as Israeli Arabs, living inside the borders of Israel led to fence mending with their brethren in the occupied territories and in the diaspora. This in turn led to acceptance back in the folds of Palestinians as a nation people by the PLO and Arab states being somewhat blacklisted. They had been formally ostracized as somewhat traitors for accepting citizenship by their occupiers, thereby giving silent approval of the occupation. Land Day served to reaffirm the Palestinian minority in Israel as an inseparable part of the Palestinian and Arab nation. Land Day today celebrates the ability of Palestinians to come together for a common cause in the face of injustice, regardless where they live or what party they belong to, if they are Muslim or Christian. For the liberation of Palestine regarding this issue, in the words of Naib Hawatma, Secretary General of the Democratic Front for the Liberation of Palestine, regarding this issue, these gross injustices gave shape to an independent and dynamic national identity and galvanized its adherents into fighting for their rights to equality and with Israeli Jews. Although the events that took place on March 30th, 1975 led to the death of 6, the injury of hundreds, and the imprisonment of hundreds more, it is celebrated for its greater purpose, the ability to bring people together for a positive goal, and strengthen ties of kinship and friendship in the face of injustice and tyranny of a common enemy. Thank you.
Very good. How do you call this thing?
I forgot. Here.
The red.